right, folks, how are you tonight? Welcome once again to Cooking with Charles. Guess who I am? I'm your host, Charles. So what do you say? Without any more further ado, let's get cooking. All right, folks, tonight we are going to have curry, chicken curry, and a little bit of rice. We're going to use prepackaged rice tonight, which we get some water boiling right now. So before we do anything else, let's get this in because it takes the longest. There we go. Very simple. If you cannot boil rice, you just can't cook, dudes. There we go. That's going to be in there. Going to turn that down. Got about 25 minutes and that will be done. We're using a Near East brand of rice tonight. Original rice pilaf flavor. It's going to go with our chicken curry. We're going international style tonight, folks. Easy, 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 easy peasy. You can make whatever kind of rice you want. I just felt like this tonight. So, chicken curry. What goes better with chicken curry than a nice bottle of Riesling, folks? If you're a fan of the show, which I know you are, we always cook with a libation. Riesling is a nice light wine. Even if you don't like a Riesling, you're going to love this Riesling. It's a yellowtail. It's an Australian Riesling. It's a great dinner guest to have at your party. It can hold its own, especially with a strong dish like curry. Now, curry itself, would you believe it? There's no curry in curry. That's right. There's a thing called a curry plant. It's got curry leaves, but they don't put that in curry. Some do, but most don't. Curry itself is a very citrusy, lemon, limey, pungent smelling leaf. It's used in Indian cooking. However, it's not used in curry. What do they use in curry? Well, they use a combination of things. Cumin, that's what you smell primarily with curry. But there's also, depending on what kind of curry you're using, there's always going to be cumin, but there's turmeric, there's coriander, there's cardamom seeds, there's garlic, there's garam masala. Not marsala, masala. Don't ask me. All I know is it's a little spicy, it's a little bit hot. And there are so many types of curry out there. Korma curry, that might be what you're used to if you go to a Thai restaurant, or more Pakistani curry. That has cream in it, coconut milk. So those are your korma curries. Red curries, those are more spicy. There's even a spice called fenugreek in curry. Don't ask me what that is. Who knows? But it's in curry. Now, for our curry tonight, we're going to be using Japanese style. This right here. Japanese make their curry into a roux. Those of you that know what a roux is, you know that it's butter and flour. You kind of saute it together till it's a nice golden brown. Well, that's what the Japanese do. And then they add that to their dish. Other people will use a combination of spices. I recommend this. You can buy this at your grocery store. And the grocery store we shop at is Sully's right here in Goffstown. This right here is it's every spice you need for a basic curry. Because if you don't want to buy coriander, gram masala, paprika, garlic, dried garlic, crushed red pepper, this has everything you need. Because honestly, who uses cumin a lot? Not me. And I'm a cook. Who uses garam masala a lot? Not me. And this also has, nice little recipe in the back. You can't go wrong with this. You can also buy this, curry powder. This is a red curry powder. It's not hot. They say it's hot, but it's very, very distinct. It's a little sweeter, I think, than most curries. Now, this is the Madras curry. This is a type that has actually fenugreek spice in it. I Googled it. Really, I couldn't tell you any more about that. It comes up on Google. So, what are we going to add to our curry tonight? Well, we're going to use a little bit of a straw mushroom right over here. Nice Japanese mushroom. And you know what? I have one right over here. Give you an idea of what it looks like. Nice, meaty, earthy mushroom like mushrooms should be. I also have some basic chopped onions and peppers. Why? I have these left over. And curry is a great dish to use some leftover vegetables with. So what are we going to do first? Well, first we're going to go over and just give a quick check on our rice. Give that a quick stir. Again, you can't go wrong with rice. Excuse me. For your rice, you can use a jasmine rice. You can use a white rice. Whatever rice you want, it just goes great with the dish. But we are going to cook now with our chicken. Check this bad boy out, huh? This is about a pound and a half of split breast chicken. We're just going to trim off some of the fat. You already got the boneless breast. And wow, folks, last week I said I had to find a local knife sharpener. Guess who stepped up? Profile Knife Sharpening. I gotta be careful because I don't think I've ever had such a sharp knife, at least here on the show. So all we're going to do is cut this up into about, 1 by 1.5 2-inch cubes. Check this out. One of the hardest parts of being a cooking show host is talking while you're cutting, because you got to focus on what you're doing, and really, who wants to sit there and watch me cut stuff? Well, I would, because I'm that vain if I'm watching myself. Okay, right here we got a little spray. That one's empty. That one works right there. That little bit of spray just keeps our hands clean. Okay, where are we? We got our chicken cut. We got all this over here. I think we're ready to start the chicken. We're gonna turn our pan to medium. Gonna start getting that heated up. We got this olive oil, folks. Got about a tablespoon in there. We may add some more later. We may not, depending on how things go. And while that's happening, I'm gonna pour a little more wine. This is actually a really good Riesling. Usually we use a Tisdale on the show, but I was in our local supermarket and I saw the wine salesman stocking the shelves and talking to the manager. Introduced myself and he recommended this for this dish. So thank you very much, Craig. It is a wonderful wine, and it's less than $10. The Tisdale we usually use at the show is a $4 bottle of wine. This is a $9 bottle of wine. And I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with it in my book. All right, folks. That is heating up nicely. We get that on about a medium to medium-high heat. Got a little bit of sizzle. That's it. We're gonna let that sit there for a little bit. Gonna just give everything a little sanitation going on here. Because it is chicken, it is raw. Never know when you need the knife again. And as I always say, clean as you go. Now, curry is a very, very interesting dish. It did originate in India, in Pakistan, Bangladesh. It's gone all over the Asian continent and the subcontinent, but it's gone around the world. I mean, there is cumin and all these spices used in Greek cooking, Italian cooking, a little bit of French cooking, even English cooking. And you know what? The English are not known for their cooking that I know of, apart from haggis and shortbread. And haggis is Scottish. I think shortbread cookies are Scottish too. But, bangers and mash, and really there's not a lot out there for English dishes. And I've heard that curry is a national dish of Britain. Go figure. We'll have to ask one of our resident cameramen, Andrew. He is an English expatriate. And when I said we were having curry tonight, Ooh, his eyes lit up, and he said he was surely going to be here by the time we end the show. Now, I don't know if he's true English. He may just use the accent to get the girls. I don't know. But we'll let his secret lie with him. Going to add a little bit of, well, not a little bit, but a lot, or all of our onions and peppers. Now we're straw mushrooms. Look at that. Give everything a quick stir. Oh, that looks colorful. I don't know if you can see that, but it's getting a little bit of color in there. Gonna let that go. Now, you're never supposed to lift the pot on rice, but you know what? I always have to. Looking good. It's got a nice simmer, not burning. We are in good shape. All right, let's clean up some of this. So while that's working, this dish calls for water. Gonna add that right in there. We're gonna turn this on to high. Gonna let that come to a boil. The recipe actually calls for 2.5 cups of water. That was 2 cups because I only have a 2-cup measuring cup. Gonna add about another 1/2 cup. Now, when this comes to a boil, gonna put the cover on it. Gonna let it sit for a while. Then, once it's done sitting for a while or boiling for a while, we're going to use this. The golden curry. Again, this is a Japanese curry, which is more like a roux. And if you made a roux because you're making a cream sauce, and you let it harden, which is, it might look like this. Smells wonderful. Almost looks like a candy bar. All right, folks. We're gonna let this come to a boil. Gonna let that sit for a while. In the meantime, we're gonna hear a word from our sponsors. So don't go anywhere. I won't, so neither should you. Be back in about 2 or 3 minutes. See you soon. We could not do this show without the help of our friends at Sully's Superette. Since 1987, Sully's has provided the area with the best meats around. Here at Cooking with Charles, we not only count on them for their kind donations of meat, but John and the gang at Sully's also provide us with the best produce, deli items, and libations that make Cooking with Charles the huge success it is. From all of us at Cooking with Charles, thank you. I've teamed up with the Goffstown Network to tell you about their outreach and food pantry programs. The mission of the Goffstown Network is to provide for the hunger-related needs of our neighbors in Goffstown and their surrounding communities. Founded with the governing principles that no person should go hungry and every person deserves our care. The Goffstown Network serves the area by providing food and other services on an emergency short-term basis. This spirit of community and mutual caring is extended to anyone in Goffstown, Dunbarton, and New Boston. Normal hours of operation are Wednesday evenings, 6 to 8 p.m., and Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. to noon. Now, you can also assist them through donations of time, food, or money. Like the help they give, the help they receive is also greatly appreciated. You can reach them by calling the number on your screen or by stopping by the Parish House of St. Matthew's Church. It's located in downtown Goffstown at 7 North Mass Street, right across from Sully's. Hey guys, welcome back. How are you? I'm doing fine. We're busy cooking. And we're busy having some nice wine. Folks, we're doing the curry tonight, right over here. We got our rice going. Rice is done. We're gonna let it sit though, because for this dish, we want our rice to be a little bit on the sticky side. So we've taken the cover off. It's done by any measure, and we're gonna let it sit on low heat. Now, remember that chocolate bar that I showed you earlier? Well, guess what? That chocolate bar of curry is now culinary greatness. If you look at this, it's thickening up really, really nicely. We had about 2.5 cups of water in here. We let that simmer for 10 minutes, and now we've added the curry chocolate bar, so to speak. And we're just gonna let that sit. Again, I want TVs with smell-o-vision because this, it's clearing the nostrils, but it's not hot and spicy, it's just spicy. It just smells wonderful. So, we're gonna let that sit. Now, as I was telling you folks before, our rice tonight is a Near East brand, oops, playing with fire. Near East brand rice pilaf. We're not reinventing the wheel here, okay? Make any kind of rice you want. Use the jasmine rice, use white rice. If you use white rice, use a cup of rice and 2 cups of water, but substitute out chicken stock or beef stock for that water. Give you a nice depth of flavor for that. Now, the curry we have, golden curry, it's a roux. It's a Japanese style curry. It's curry spices and flour with oils. Makes it into that consistency of a roux. They harden it, reconstitutes with the water. As I also told you, there's no curry in curry. You may have some curry sometimes in curry, and that's when you get that lemony, citrusy, limey flavor. Apart from that, there's no curry in it. It's coriander, it's cumin, fenugreek, whatever that is, turmeric. Some people put marjoram. But there's no curry. Another thing you can use, this right here, made by McCormick. I think I can give these brand names out. Not sure because, well, they're not giving me money for it. I'm just letting you know. This gives everything pre-measured for you. You can't screw this up. And you know what? Your family's gonna love you more than they already do for making a nice meal. You can also use this again. This is your basic curry powder. This one is red curry. Means it's a little on the sweet side. This is also good too to have because sprinkle it on stuff, you know, chicken, beef, whatever, it gives it a nice flavor. Now, you've probably been saying, what is this? Sesame seeds. We're gonna use that as a garnish, okay? So, what else do we need to talk about? Oh, the wine we have. We got a Riesling. If you don't like Riesling, you're gonna love this one no matter what. This is a great Riesling. It's a good guest to have. It's gonna hold its own with the curry. The curry's a very strong, in-your-face kind of taste. This right here is gonna mellow it out, bring it down to earth. Everything's gonna be approachable, okay? So, let's start plating some stuff up, folks. Let's get this out of the way. Front and center plates, front and center. Now, the reason we want this rice a little bit on the sticky side is because, well, we are going to put it in this. Let me try it this way. This, folks, by the way, is called a ramekin. That is the technical term. You have a coffee cup. If you have, well, any kind of little cup-like vessel, you can use that. So what we're going to do, we're going to push it right in there. And normally, guys, I would spray the inside of this cup with a pan release of sorts. But I want to see how this works without it first. So we are experimenting. Ooh, check that out, huh? That is restaurant quality right there. We're going to try that again with this one. Can lightning strike twice? I do believe it can, boys and girls. All right. Oh, that's wonderful. We do this because we clean as we go. Now, look at this. We have about a pound and a half of chicken. This smells so good, boys and girls. And really, even though I have only 2 servings, 2 plates out here, I'm going to have a lot of this for later. Pound and a half of chicken with all this rice. It's really going to feed 4 people. You might want to make a little more rice, but at the end of the day, this is going to feed a family of 4. And if you're on a budget, well, let's see what this cost us. The rice, $1.50. The wine, just say $10. Actually, it's $8.99 every day. The chicken, about $1.99, $2.50. You do the math. The mushrooms, that was actually half a can that you saw. I used the rest of the can just for a salad this afternoon, and that was only $2. The onions are negligible. The peppers, negligible, because those were leftovers from my salad this afternoon. So we get ourselves a nice meal for 4 people for really, minus the wine, under $10. Check it out. Now, because we have the Japanese style, we're going to just garnish that with a little bit of sesame seed. Oh, heck, I love sesame seeds, so my plate's going a lot. Let me get a fork. Moment of truth, folks. Let's get the camera on this. Come on. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. That is good looking. Let's see. Wow. Sorry, Mom. I'm talking with my mouth full. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I love the way I cook. This is stupendous. And you know what you can really taste? You can really taste the vitamin A. That's right, vitamin A, because it's awesome. All right, folks, listen. Email me. My email is cookingwithcharles@gmail.com. I will be glad to send you the recipe. If you have any things you want me to cook, let me know there as well. Until next time, get cooking. We'll talk to you later. Take care.